There is a conference. This meal seems like a masterpiece. The speaker applies the preposition like to compare the subject of this class, this meal, with the object, a masterpiece. The subjective complement to define the subject is applied on the premise that the listeners understand the subjective complement as an indication to define the subject, this meal. Without the definition of the preposition like, that the object of masterpiece is comparable with the subject, this meal, the listeners are hard to understand the intention of the speaker about the reason why the speaker arranges the object of masterpiece in this clause. The speaker signifies the subject-object relationship between the subject, this meal, of the preposition like, and the object of masterpiece of the preposition. The object of the preposition is comparable with the subject of the preposition based on the premise that the subject, this meal, of the preposition exists. The preposition like is classified as an adverb, not a constituent. So this clause is stated in the first type of clause the same as the clause this meal seems. So the phrase of the preposition is considered as a unit of an adverb. So like a masterpiece, this phrase is not considered to determine the type of a clause. This clause is classified. We can figure out the clause that the intransitive verb is applied is only about the subject of the clause without any additional mediation by the preposition. In this conference, in this clause, an indicative word masterpiece consists of a phrase of the preposition like a masterpiece as an object of the preposition like to describe the existence of the subject, this meal. The mediation of the preposition like reveals the context of the reason why the object of masterpiece applied in this clause. We can think of the be verb that describes the existence of the subject with the primary definition. The definition of the be verb is switched into describing the condition of the subject with the trait of the adverb. That's the reason why the subjective complement of a clause that a be verb is applied is able to like I am a student. The phrase of a noun, a student, is an indication without any preposition. That's because the trait of the be verb. What about this clause? The intransitive verb seems and the preposition like as an adverb, we can understand the reason why even though the phrase of a noun, a masterpiece, is indication, but a phrase of a noun, a masterpiece, is not a subjective complement. The phrase of the preposition, like a masterpiece, is classified as an adverb that is not a constituent. The phrase of the preposition like a masterpiece is not a constituent. The role of the subjective complement is practiced by a noun or a pronoun to define and indicate who or what the subject is, or an adjective to describe how the subject is. The subjective complement is not applied in this clause. However, the phrase of a noun, a masterpiece, only reveals the direct correlation with the subject visceral through the mediation of the preposition like. So, the phrase of the noun, a masterpiece, does not practice the role of the subjective complement by itself.